Yeah. So the arrangement in over here came from an idea. And the idea is that first things first, I am someone who takes interest in pens and collecting different sorts of writing instruments. It can be pens, mechanical pencils, wooden pencils, gel pens, ballpoint pens, roller pens, or fountain pens, or fountain inks for that matter. But I was just thinking in terms of overconsumption and minimalism, and if I had to stick to the bare minimum of things, for life, then what pen will it be that I take with myself, to any place? So, in over here are five different writing equipments which I think are EDC and are for life. So, which will cover most of the needs of a person. So, I'll start from the top, then I'll go to the bottom. So, first things first, just like the kids start with pencils, I'll start with a pencil. Though I like wooden pencils a lot, but I think that the Unikurutoga point 7 mechanical pencil takes away the throne in over here, and this will be my pencil of choice. The reason why I chose this over other mechanical pencils is because this pencil is something which I like, and the reason is that it has the Kurutoga mechanism where the lead or the graphite inside it auto rotates with the click mechanism that is inside it while you are writing with it. So it keeps the thing sharp and you do not need to readjust it, with every stroke that you give. So that is why this is in this list. Next is a very simple Link Ocean gel pen in red ink. Why is it so? Is because I think red is among the few colors which stands out a lot, and it's often used for correctional purposes, and along with that it is something which is great for highlighting important stuff if you want to, right? So if you're a student and you're highlighting, or any sort of important thing that you want to highlight, I think this is a great color. And I'm not specifically a big fan of gel pens because of their waterproof issues and all. And I know there exist a lot of type of inks which are waterproof or things that sort, but I think for me ballpoint pens and ballpoint ink will be the standard. Next was a difficult choice, but I think I'll give it to this one simply because of one feature, and this is the Flair Ritometer ballpoint pen. I guess this has a point 0.5 mm nib. Even this gel pen, why I prefer this specific one is because it has a point 0.5 mm nib size compared to the usual point 0.7 mm that we see in other pens, for that matter, like in the Pentel Energel, the point 0.7 mm variant is the famous one, or in the Uniball segment as well. So this is the Flair Ritometer. First of all, it's a point 0.5 mm nib, so it's a fine tip pen. It writes really smooth, and the best part about it is the jumbo refill that it gives, and it writes really long, really really long for that matter. So something which is smooth, something which writes long, it's comfortable to hold and write with. I think checks all the boxes. I just don't like the body of this particular pen. It seems a bit fragile for my liking. I have at least two or three broken pieces out of this, but this piece, has worked out fine for me. So, bearing aside the body, I think this one hits all the boxes for me for a ballpoint pen. So yeah, I like this one as well. If someone has to, like, if I was given another choice, instead of this, I will pick the Cello Pinpoint 0.6 mm pen. It's a great pen as well. Coming to the last pen, or at least something that is not a pen, I think, is an highlighter. I think highlighters are very important, and the fluorescent, the neon, or the yellow, whatever you want to call it, color is the most famous, highlighter of choice used by people. And this specific one by, Morris, is very, very practical in my opinion, is because I really hate the part where you need to recap the highlighter all the time. And I had a, you know cloth like bag, and it soaked up all the highlighter from an open highlighter I had kept open in it. So that was bad, and it was a mess. But I like this particular highlighter because of this thing. So you use the highlighter and you close it, and there's no problem of capping recapping. So I really like this highlighter. So yeah, this is a great one. And the last pen of the video has to be the evergreen and the ever essential Parker Jotter. I have been carrying actually a Parker Jotter for the past 2 years or 3 years. My first Jotter was a Parker Jotter London stainless steel with a gold trim, and I used to love it, and it was flawless. Obviously, this the Indian variants, I find the Jotter refills to be very substandard, to be very subpar to the quality which at least I expect from a brand like Parker. I guess there's some cutting going on or something of that sort, because at least from all the foreign consensus that, you know or the foreign opinions that we receive, Parkers are supposed to write brilliant, but the Parker jotter refills, at least those, for sale in India, are horrible. And thus I use third party refills, and they work brilliant. And the body of this pen is something which I find to be quite exceptional, and it's just a beauty, if I have to say in a very short sentence. This has one of the most satisfying clicks of almost all the pens in this world, if I have to say. I now use the chrome trim simply because I do not like the fact that the gold trim will fade away in some time. This is like a pen for life. Even if you have just a single piece of it, it will last you a long, long time if you don't lose it. I lost my my gold trim one uh, about a few months ago, and it was heartbreaking. So it's not like I will stop carrying a Giotto, because you cannot stop carrying your EDCs. So I just try to be more careful, and use the clip more often with, your clothes, so that you don't lose out the pen. It slipped off my pant pockets, I guess, in the previous one. Nonetheless, I don't want to think about it. It makes me sad. But yeah, this is a pen which should get an ordinary mention, and these are the five writing instruments that I think make up almost everything for me.